The town of Ravensbrook had always been a quiet place, nestled between dense, whispering woods and rocky hills that touched the gray sky. Its residents spoke little of the events that lingered in the shadows, but everyone knew to avoid the old miller's woods after sunset. Rumors of strange lights and whispers kept curious children wary, and adults too cautious to venture deep into the darkness after nightfall. For 16-year-old Lena Blake, Ravensbrook's secrets were just stories, until she decided to explore the woods for herself. It was a cloudy autumn evening when she grabbed her flashlight, her coat pulled tight against the wind, and set out through the familiar trail leading into Miller's woods. Her friends had warned her about the legends, about disappearances, ghostly figures, and the feeling that unseen eyes watched from the trees. But Lena was stubborn, eager to see if the stories were true. The air grew colder as she advanced, the rustling leaves whispering secrets. Shadows stretched like dark fingers across the ground, and the moon blocked by thick clouds painted everything in silvery gloom. Her heart pounded with a mixture of fear and excitement. Somewhere in her mind, she told herself, it's just stories. Nothing's really out here. As she ventured deeper, the trees seemed to grow taller and closer, their twisted branches forming twisted arches overhead. She paused, shining her flashlight ahead, when suddenly, the beam flickered and wavered, something unnatural reflected back from the darkness. She gasped, her pulse quickening. "Hello?" Lena called out, her voice trembling. Only the wind responded, moaning through the branches. Then she saw it, faintly, a shimmer in the fog. A flickering light, like a lantern hovering silently between the trees. She hesitated, but curiosity pushed her forward. She moved toward it, instincts telling her to turn back, yet she kept walking, the light pulsing softly, beckoning her. As she drew closer, the air grew thick with an otherworldly chill. The light floated just above the ground, translucent and flickering, revealing glimpses of something behind it, something not quite human. Shadows shifted and twisted in unnatural ways, their shape beyond recognition. Her initial awe morphed into dread. Suddenly, the floating light dissolved into a cloud of shimmering particles, shockingly fast. In its place, a figure emerged, a tall, skeletal form draped in tattered, glowing fabrics. Its eyes gleamed like cold stars, piercing through her like icy blades. Lena staggered back as the entity's voice echoed in her mind, deep, layered, ancient. "Child of the living, why do you trespass where the veil is thin?" Her voice caught in her throat. She wanted to run, but her limbs felt heavy, rooted to the earth. The creature's gaze was relentless, and increasingly, she could feel the weight of countless unseen eyes watching her, waiting. I didn't mean any harm," Lena managed, trembling. "I only wanted to see if the stories were real." The specter tilted its head, voice dripping with an unsettling blend of amusement and sorrow. "The stories are truths woven with lies. This land is not merely haunted, it is a crossing point between worlds. You, a child of the living, have entered a place where the boundaries weaken." A cold wind howled, and dark figures cloaked in shadows appeared, swirling around her. They were faceless, their forms shifting like smoke, whispering unintelligibly. Lena's heart hammered against her chest as the horror sank in. She was not just witnessing a supernatural phenomenon, she was trapped in it. The specter extended a bony hand, reaching toward her, its touch icy. "Stay if you dare," it said softly, her mind filling with visions of endless night and corridors of eternity. "Or turn back before the last whisper fades." Lena stumbled backward, but her legs refused to obey her command. In that moment, she realized her mistake. Curiosity had led her over the threshold, and now the world of the living and the dead blurred. Summoning what courage she had, she tore her gaze away and sprinted back through the woods, branches whipping at her face, the unnatural whispers chasing her. Her breath ragged, she finally burst out of the shadows into the safety of her town, dawn threatening to crack the gloom. But the haunted woods had left their mark. From that day on, Lena felt eyes watching her, even in daylight. Strange dreams haunted her sleep, figures lurking just beyond the veil of reality. She avoided Miller's woods whenever she could, but sometimes, late at night, she would find a faint shimmer of light in her room, the ghostly flicker of the otherworldly. And she knew, somehow, that one day, the crossing point would call her back, and the entities that dwelled beyond the veil would come for her again.